It's just that these are things that was accepted by our founders, and for them to, it's a lie that's just, it's always fed us that, there's this wall of separation, and that the Christianity and that there's no place in our discourse, and they shouldn't be, you can't have, because they take the First Amendment where it says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment or religion. So you can't have an endorsement of religion. That was to prevent a state church.
Exactly.
It didn't mean for a moment that people could not, and it even says, the second clause goes, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So people have the right to freely speak of Jesus Christ all they want, talk about him, stand on a street corner, whatever. They can do it from they could do it from behind their desk on Capitol Hill if they're a member of Congress, or they can do it on a street corner like an evangelist and be talking about him. There's nothing, the Constitution allows that type of freedom of expression. It's just saying to Congress, you can't make a state church, because the founders knew how bad of a thing that was going back to the Middle Ages. It was terrible when you had state religion, because then people couldn't freely express what they thought about what their interpretations were of the scripture. They knew the history of the Protestant Reformation, so that's what they were referencing back to in that amendment. But and by the way, it's not freedom from religion; it's freedom. It's freedom of religion, the right for you to freely express your religious beliefs. And one of the things too that I've often pointed out to people, and it throws them a curve sometimes, is the fact that I look at atheism as just another religion. When you think about it, it's just a system of tenets that people subscribe to. So they just accept that science can become a religion to people.
Absolutely.
That usually, the left usually blow up when you say that, but I'm a scientist.
I think it's absolutely true.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, I kind of see there's so many things that are like, there's religious elements to this COVID, there's rituals, and there's, anything that was my point. My point is people need something to believe. And I absolutely agree with you. Atheism has a lot of religious components. It is because just as much as one may argue, and this is something I'd actually really like to ask you about, I'm very curious your thoughts on this. So a lot of people argue, well, there's no proof that there is God. And, that's, and people may have their opinions on this, but it's pretty hard to say, that there's, concrete, tangible, but the same can be true for the converse. I mean, do you have evidence that there isn't? That's pretty hard to prove as well. And that requires a leap of faith. And so that's where the religious component of atheism actually comes in, because for you to believe that vehemently, that's not an agnosticism. That's a staunch belief that there absolutely cannot be any deistic presence. That's a leap of faith, because you don't have any evidence to present that. You may not have evidence to prove the contrary, but you don't have evidence to prove that either.